Right, I'm now going to try and wrap things up with my chair's address. Well, after 7 years, this is the last time I'll be addressing you as chair of the HFMA. I thought I'd get some cheers for that. There'll be some cheers. And in next month's council meeting in July, as mentioned, I'll be stepping down as your chair and chair of really this amazing organisation, and what an enormous privilege it has been. Looking back over this period, it's hard to imagine that there's been a more dramatic or eventful time in the history of this trade association, or a time when we've stepped up more strongly to meet the challenges on behalf of you, our members. So I thought it'd be worth taking a few minutes to remind ourselves of just what a time it's been, and look back just for a little bit. Back in 2015, arguably in simpler times, we celebrated our 50th anniversary, a magnificent milestone event and a fitting testament to our industry's importance and durability. And importantly, since our 50th anniversary, there have been countless achievements and many legacy initiatives that we now often take for granted. And one of these was the formation of our Micronutrients and Health all-party parliamentary group. And this initial APPG meeting led to our first ever meeting on nutrition with the head of Public Health England. So it was already off to an important and promising start. And around that time, as you may remember, and most of you will remember, we stood absolutely shoulder to shoulder with the MHRA in the Royal Courts of Justice and managed to save the future of glucosamine as a food supplement. It's no less dramatic than that, and introduce new guidance as well. And following the unexpected Brexit result in 2016, we knew as an organisation that engaging with UK officials would become more important than ever. So that's exactly what we did. In no small part down to Graham, we began our even more determined drive to engage with UK officials, from the Department of Health to DEFRA, to the FSA, to business expert groups, to regulatory delivery. And as Brexit dawned on the industry and our nation, our watchwords were working for a strong and stable future, and we provided a voice for industry. In 2017, we launched our formal Brexit position paper and began the journey of helping to support members for what was to come. And in these intervening years, we of course worked on countless other challenges and initiatives. For example, we worked alongside the Irish Health Trade Association, the IHTA, and engaged with the FSAI in Ireland to achieve a successful outcome on maximum permitted levels. And on the hugely important Stop This VAT campaign in Ireland, which would have meant a 23% VAT level on food supplements, we managed to avoid that most damaging level for the Irish market. So a lot of things have been going on, just like those examples over those years. But no one could have imagined that we would soon be facing a far bigger issue that would even eclipse our exit from the European Union. As we've heard, during the COVID crisis, the HFMA has stepped up more strongly than ever in our history to protect the natural products industry. As we've heard, this included our successful campaign to keep health stores open, and critically, the manufacturers, businesses, and supply chains that serve them. And as Graham mentioned, this was no means a given, and to have our employees classed as critical workers was testament to, I think, why trade associations are needed. As well as protecting members' interests, a true objective of ours was to come out of this terrible pandemic stronger and better than ever. So our Healthy Does It campaign, launched in August last year, and is a great example of this association, the HFMA, really taking the initiative to drive home the importance of natural health products at a time when wellness was undisputably the nation's #1 priority. Yet, this was a time when many independent health food stores were suffering terribly from the impact of huge-scale online competition. So I really think, where does new innovation find its roots, if not through the voices of the independent health food stores? And they're really, truly worthy of our support. Like many, I believe that our products have never been held in higher regard, something that Tom mentioned. They've never been held in higher regard than right now, by the public, by the scientists, and we hope by regulators too. But as we've also heard, there are many challenges ahead. Nutrients can just be picked off one by one. And as an industry, we're still living with an inability to say what most of our ingredients actually do. And this situation has to be addressed on a UK national level now on the basis of the best possible science. One ingredient, as we heard, probiotics, can't even be named. And I guarantee no other association is working harder to put that right as soon as possible. As our Executive Director's report alluded to, there are many serious regulatory issues emerging on the horizon, really at an unprecedented rate. But I can assure you that the HFMA has never been in better shape or more focused and ready for the challenges ahead. From our latest member survey, which had a huge response from members, thank you again for that, we know that you feel the HFMA is acting proactively and getting things right. With that finding that Graham mentioned, more than 9 out of 10 of you would actively recommend membership to a fellow company. So it's perhaps not a surprise that for the first time in our history, we've been shortlisted as a finalist for the UK Trade Association of the Year at this year's Association Excellence Awards. So the best of luck to Graham and the entire HFMA team. When the winners are announced at the end of this month, we shall await that. And so to close, I really want to thank you all for helping to protect this vital industry of ours, to our very able secretariat, including our treasurer, Tom Moses of 21 years and counting, our wonderful team who keep our machinery moving behind the scenes, that's Philippa and Denise, to Esther, who is moving our communications to a new level, to the ClearCheck team, to Gwyneth and to Katie, who I have to say are performing at record levels, to our technical advisor, Paul, scientific advisor, Michelle, and political advisor, Cicero, thanks to you all, and to our PR team, Road Communications, who had such an exciting first year with us. And I just want to echo what Graham said, to thank all of the council members who give so much of their precious time free of charge, month in, month out. And of course, to our extremely able President, Penny Viner, thank you, and to Martin Last for representing us so well in Europe at the EHPN. And also, I'd like to thank Steve Mann again, my warmest best wishes and good luck for your forthcoming role as chair. Most importantly, I want to thank every member company for your essential support. We just couldn't do this without you. And finally, I wanted to give some special thanks to our Executive Director, Graham Keane. Without Graham's ceaseless hard work and enthusiasm, so many of the things we talked about would just not happen. He's here day in, day out, working long hours for the best interests of this organisation and members. And it's always done with integrity, as I'm sure you would agree with me, a great sense of humour, and real personal care for everybody around him. So I want to take this opportunity to thank him, and also for the very special and kind support he's given me as chair during the 7 years. Thank you very much, Graham. Going forward, it will be my privilege and an honour to serve under you, Penny, as Vice President. So we know from our brand new Health of the Nation survey that we heard, over 70% of the UK population now take a supplement. It's just staggering, 70% of the UK population now take a supplement. And out of those, an incredible figure, 20 million adults now take supplements on a daily basis, 20 million adults. And a few years ago, I said, for decades, the standard approach to health has been like putting an ambulance at the bottom of a cliff. Now, as I sat down as your chair, I can truly say we've helped the nation to build a fence at the top of that cliff instead. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
Well done, Robert.